TED Talks featuring Ted Swetzler is being brought to you by Erbert and Gerbs here in Bemidji.
For any catering needs, contact Erbs and Gerbs at Bemidji.
And make sure to look for the app.
Ted Swetzler here with another TED Talks Twins at TL Schwartz on Twitter, Twins Daily. We've reached the end of the season, and it's probably a little bit later than expected at times throughout the Twins' year. But it's really hard not to be ecstatic with how the year ended. Obviously, it would have been great to see Minnesota move on past the ALDS and knock off Houston. They had a great opportunity in Game 3 going up against Christian Javier. It looked like that was a spot that they could have taken the series lead and really built some momentum. However, looking back at Christian Javier in the postseason, especially 2022, the guy has been absolutely dominant. So the fact that he did have poor numbers in the regular season and it kind of slid backwards, it obviously didn't mean much in the postseason. Jose Abreu continued to torment the Twins. Yordan Alvarez asserted his dominance. And then not getting to Jose Urquidy in Game 4 was certainly not a good development. The Twins lineup as a whole kind of fell apart during the postseason. Royce Lewis obviously continued to do the heavy lifting. Carlos Correa showed up in October like you would expect. It's unfortunate that Sonny Gray's last start as a Twin, at least as it looks now, didn't go well. Obviously, Alex Kirilloff makes a play that ends an inning. Maybe that game goes differently, but Gray will be up for a qualifying offer from the Twins this offseason. Maybe he takes that. I could see him or the Twins offering him a 2-year deal, something like $45-50 million. I can't imagine them going to 3 years for a 36-year-old Sonny Gray by the end of that, and that could end up sending him elsewhere. Pablo Lopez, Bailey Over, Joe Ryan, Chris Paddock will all be back in the rotation. You could probably pencil Louis Varland in there. How the Twins traverse this offseason will be interesting. The payroll reached a record high. It looks like the final bill will be around $160 million when all is said and done. I could see that number going backwards next year. I don't love that development, but obviously with the bankruptcy problem of Bally Sports North, they are going to lose about $40 million in regional television revenue. They'll make that up somewhere with a new TV deal, but the lucrative amount there probably isn't going to even out, and ownership will probably want to scale things back a little bit. The positive news is that we saw the Twins' youth really step up this year, and so there's going to be a handful of guys, unless the Twins do some extensions this offseason, at $740,000, which will be the 2024 Major League Baseball minimum. Edward Julian, Royce Lewis, and Matt Wallner should all be expected to start in the opening day lineup. Alex Kirilloff's postseason was horrible. Obviously, now we know he was playing through a substantial shoulder injury that he had missed time with earlier in the year. He will undergo a shoulder surgery on his labrum at some point in the next month. He would probably be penciled in to be the opening day starter at first base. However, we've thought that for a couple of years now, and it's becoming real hard to trust that there. On Friday, October 13th here, Byron Buxton did undergo another knee surgery, this time to do some cleanup from his previous procedure. The hope would be that sets up him having an ability to play in the field next year. It will be almost 600 days since he's appeared in center field for the Twins, if he does so on opening day. That, to me, has to be development number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the offseason. You have to find out a way to get Byron Buxton healthy and be confident that the backup center fielder you're bringing in is an insurance policy. Michael A. Taylor played a great center field for the Twins, had a strong year for him offensively, but you just can't allow one player to clog the DH spot like Buxton did. You can't allow a dynamic talent not to be playing in the field like he was. It's just an unfortunate reality. Hopefully Carlos Correa can parlay his postseason success into a better year without dealing with the plantar fasciitis problem. And the offseason should be a fun one. As far as the rest of the postseason, I'm pulling for a Rangers-Phillies World Series. I think Philadelphia is probably too good to be beat by almost anyone. They have the combination of the lineup and the pitching. Houston obviously is going to be looking to defend their World Series. I'd love to see Mitch Garver or Ryan Presley win a ring. Obviously, it would be Presley's second. I don't know about the Diamondbacks. Obviously, they've continued to be a sleeping dog thus far, but I don't really believe in either the Brewers or the Dodgers, even though they won 100 games, being stalwarts in the playoffs. I think the Phillies are going to assert their dominance there. So we will have to see the rest of the way and check in throughout the postseason or the offseason. Thanks again for tuning in this year.